It's Rambling Hour with Lisa, season 14, episode 9. Look at my Einstein hair. This is me not wanting to dye my hair. Well, I mean, I want to dye my hair. I need to do my roots, but the last 2 days, I'm not sick, but my stomach's been off, and I've had headaches and just not 100%. So I was even not contemplating not doing my live, but just what I was going to do for it or where or whatever. So even yesterday with Worldwide Naked Gardening Day, I didn't know if I was going to take pictures. My plan was always to, but I just didn't feel good enough to do anything yesterday. But then I was inspired, nudged by spirit to go outside, and I thought, okay, I'll go outside, just pick up dog poo and maybe mow the lawn and see how I feel. And then I got inspired and took pictures. But this is like, it is not yesterday's hair. When did I wash my hair? Thursday. So my hair's been in a plait since Thursday, and I haven't done anything with it since Thursday. I plaited it, like braided it up to there, and then put in a elastic, but then I plaited this part too, just whatever. Hi, Mom. Mom says, hi, Lisa. So I'm just, I'm with you guys. I'm here, and I am being the real Lisa with you guys, like looking at my, not optimum, but not bad, just natural how my hair goes if I don't do anything with it, natural how my face goes with a bit of yesterday's makeup on because I had makeup on for the pictures, but just chilling with you guys. So what's new with you? How has your week been? What do you guys want to chat about? I made a note of what I did this week so that my brain doesn't just go blank when I tell you guys what I did. I folded I don't know what they call it, TV table, and put it on here for this, but it's a bit, the couch leans back, so it's not, so I'm scared, and we know I'm clumsy, so I'm scared about knocking my drink over. So yeah, the weeks just seem to like go by, and we have had a few busier weeks here, and if I have things planned for the days, then they go by even faster. Then that's when I'm like, I don't even remember what I did this week, but I just remember that it seemed busy or whatever. Not that I'm not enjoying myself with life, but oh, Mom's teasing me. Mom says pick some dandelions yesterday. I love dandelion salad, but the problem here is that there's not. Oh, you better not start internet. Sorry if it glitched there. The internet was, it said it was trying to reconnect. There's just not any open ground here to get good dandelions. And you don't want them out of the grass or anything, so they're harder to get. And so I gotta find a good dandelion patch, or like I've said in the previous years, I need to grow my own. So with No May, and we've had it even before that, I told you guys about that too, how the verges and the grassy areas in between the roads and on the sides of the roads and stuff, they haven't, they've mowed them a bit now, but they just let them go wild the last few months. So they grew dandelions and chamomile and whatever else is growing in there for the pollinators. But now with the dandelions going to seed, those seeds flying everywhere, they will make more dandelions, so maybe I'll find some good patches to find some dandelions. I haven't had dandelion salad in a while. I am going to definitely go and search for some dandelions. Yeah, so busy week. My little note that I made myself. So Monday, we babysat Jackson, our grandson, which is awesome because it's never, it's nice to spend time with him. It's never a chore to babysit him. It's just spending time with him. And Tuesday, I told you guys what my plans were this week, that I really needed to work on stuff for Canada and then the girls' school stuff. I also need to, Erica's prom is this year. Allison didn't have a prom because it was 2020 with the COVID stuff. Aurora didn't want to go to her prom, and now it's Erica, the last one. So she has a prom. She wants to go. She's going with her friend as a date, and yeah, we need to get her a dress. So with having to do the stuff with the school and stuff with Canada, I I just made a copy of a calendar that I have hanging in July and August. This is the easiest way for me to do it, and then mark what we're doing on what days while we're there. As you can see, I made a copy of it, but I haven't written anything on it yet, but I did make a copy of it, so that's a start. And, but Tuesday, paperwork. I went through my emails, and I hadn't done it since, I think, 2021. I hadn't organized my emails. So my inbox had like over 3,000 things just in my inbox, most of them junk stuff like subscriptions to things where they send you newsletters and whatever. But I spent hours going through things and doing stuff. So yes, I did paperwork all day Tuesday. Wednesday, give me 1 second because I don't think I'll need my pen, but I forgot that it fell on the ground and just bugging me that it was lying in the middle of the living room. So, Wednesday, so Steve is getting a new car, and his old car was getting like scratches taken out of it and stuff so that he can sell it on. And so he was using my car for a while there. And last Wednesday, I had to drive him to work. And then, no wait, so he still needed my car. So I had my doctor's appointment in the morning, Wednesday morning, for my blood test. So everything is good except that I have low iron and low, it's just, if mom or whoever gave me a thumbs up, it was just telling me something on the bottom. It says reactions are now enabled with iOS 17. You can turn this off, blah, 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 whatever. So thumbs up. What am I doing? Okay, so my blood results are good, but I have low iron and low vitamin D. So I got iron tablets and then stool softener, like pouches of like some kind of orange drink that I have to drink with it because too much like iron tablets can bung you up, make you, not go very well. And then more vitamin D, but also obviously with whether it's using my sad lamp or getting outside in the sun, if we have any sun, I need to do that as well because that helps your body absorb the vitamin D. It's one thing to take vitamin D, it's another thing for your body to actually absorb what you're taking. So good news. And then I have 2 different poo samples that I need to do. As you guys, we talked about my health before. So I think I talked to you guys last week about H. pylori. So that's one of the things they need to test me for. And then, Mom, this is talking about your stuff a little bit, but in the family group, my mom sent her colonoscopy or endoscopy results, but she sent the whole report, and at the bottom it said to share it with your family. And we kind of laughed, thinking like, oh, did we need to know all this stuff, right? But it's still interesting to read everything from my mom's. And so I showed my doctor when I was there on Wednesday and said, is this anything, she shared it with us, is there something on here that I'm missing that is a reason that she shared it with us and that we need to look out for? And what it is called polyps, and they can be hereditary. So my mom has polyps, so they can be hereditary. So they are testing me for all those things. That's why I have to do 2 different poo samples. One I bring to the doctors and one gets posted. And but I'm going to be tested for all the colon stuff, colon, I don't think they test for colon cancer specifically, but just all the signs to see if there's any concern with my colon that we need to do, where I will have to get an endoscopy or a colonoscopy or whatever it's called when they put the camera up. So I need to do those samples on Tuesday because tomorrow is a bank holiday weekend here. So that means that nothing's open. So on Tuesday, I will try and get my samples done and off, but that means my body has to work with me. So after my doctor's appointment, I came home and we went to Steve's work. I just played on my phone and organized some stuff and worked on my phone while he was doing his work. Then he drove me to my art class, which I really enjoyed. It's really nice to have something for me. There's part of me that wanted Steve there because I know he likes art and he'd like to learn those things too. But it was also nice for me to have something that's just for me. Not only that, I don't know if I said this already or not, but with my friend Rebecca Yaxall being the teacher, so I don't put a lot of effort into going out and spending time with friends and everything else like that, which part of me wishes I would do more of, but the other part of me is really happy at home and doesn't you know, like I already feel like sometimes I don't have enough time to get everything that I want to get done, let alone spending hours with other people. So, but the good news is that, like, if I was to put effort into my friendships and going out and stuff, Bex is one of the people that I would want to spend time with. So it's really, but she's always so busy because she's teaching art a lot and everything else, because lots of people have to work for a living. So it's hard to fit in time in her schedule too if we did plan to get together. So this works out great because she's the teacher, but I still get to see her and enjoy her company for, you know, I mean, obviously she's teaching, but you know what I mean. So it's cool like that. But also I just really enjoyed learning new things in the art class. Watercolors have been my medium that I've used most of my life. And it's cool to learn new things after all these years, even though I've done so much with watercolor. So that was Wednesday, which I very much enjoyed my class. And then Thursday, I spent the whole Thursday, okay, so our old oven, hub, cooker, whatever you want to call it, it's like a double oven with the, you know, the elements on top and everything else. It was dirty and in our garage for a couple of years now, like since we did our kitchen. And I knew it needed to be cleaned, but it was stuck in the garage. I knew I wanted to pull it outside to clean it, so I needed nice weather. And I also knew that it was going to be such a beast to clean and not fun at all. So finally I took it out and cleaned it because Amy and James, my stepdaughter and her husband, they moved into their new place and they have the cooker now, so I needed it cleaned up. Amy said I didn't need to clean it, but I did need to clean it because it was just really gross, especially for sitting with the dust and everything too, being in the garage for a couple of years. So I did need to clean it, but I spent all day Thursday cleaning it. However, the good news is that we had really nice weather on Thursday. It said it was supposed to be a high of 18 with clouds, but the sun came out quite a bit. And I think it was even hotter than 18 out. So it was beautiful weather. Technically, I got to be outside in the nice weather, even though I wasn't gardening or, you know, doing something I wanted to be doing. But I did get to be in the like outside in the sunshine. So that made me very happy. But it also took like most of my day. When I finally came back in the house, I was organizing scrapbooking stuff and everything else, which is something I'm going to talk about after I'm done telling you guys what I did with my week. So, which is exciting too. There's so many times that I'll like go through everything and reorganize my scrapbooking stuff and put new things that, cause if I find like, things, say in the post, you get like when things come, I don't know, or, like tickets from somewhere or different things that will like really be cool to scrapbook with. Then I will add it to my scrapbooking stuff, but I might put it all into one container and then I gotta organize it. Does this go with the Halloween scrapbooking stuff? Does this go with spring? Does this go with babies? Or whatever it is. So, so that's what I was doing on Thursday. And then obviously, as you guys know, one of my like things that I'm like working on right now is learning more about witchcraft and witchy stuff. Just, you know, studying and seeing what it's all about and what things it has in common with what I already do and such. So I wanted to do some, sort of scrapbooking, but it's like, sort of like a witch journal. So it's journaling the things that I'm learning and what I'm doing along the way, but also making it like scrapbooky. It's kind of like journaling, but like how you add things into it, collages and doing different things. So getting all that ready so that I could work on it. And then on Friday, I had to take Steve to work so he could pick up his old car that was getting fixed, like the scratches taken out of it and stuff. And then after I left Steve's work, I just came home and then worked more on the organizing all my scrapbooking stuff and getting excited about doing some scrapbooking. So Friday, yeah, and then Saturday, which was yesterday, got up early. Me and Steve went over to Amy and James's new house to see the house and garden, and also then we were there to babysit Jackson and just keep him occupied while they got to put stuff away and do stuff in their new house, which was time with Jackson. But then we had to be back here because Steve was going to a football game last night. So when I got home, he went to the football game. I worked in the office and I finally got some scrapbooking done. Not a lot, but I got a little bit done, and then I finished my pages that I was working on today. So I'm going to show you guys those. And today's Sunday, so all I've done today is I've written in my journal. Again, I'm like, the sun was out today. It was, again, a really nice warm day, and I even wrote that in my journal, how appreciative I was, not just of the sunshine, but the warmth. Sitting out in the sun and feeling the warmth is, oh, I've missed it so much. I'm so glad that it's back. So, okay, first I want to show you guys this. Steve bought me this journal. I don't remember if I showed you guys this or not, but Steve bought me this burgundy type journal. It had 2024 written on it, and it's like more like a ledger type journal that you would use for, like, it, you know, like the pages are like this. Just, it's plain and kind of ugly, and I was like, ooh, thank you. He's like, I know you like doing your journaling. I'm like, yeah, I do, but this is ugly. What am I going to do with this? I didn't say that. We're just grateful for gifts when we get them, right? I love that it has all this stuff that I fill in the month in the front, and then it'll have next year too, which is something that a lot of journals are missing, is next year. So when I get to like November, December, and I have things that I need to schedule in the months coming up, then I can do that there too. But I made it my own. Instead of being frustrated with the gift, I used scrapbook paper on the front and side and went to there. I used this ribbon to go on the back to cover the line, and I used a little bit of it on the front, and then I used one of my stickers, but I left I ripped open the scrapbooking paper there and there to show the year, and also just like, what am I saying, because I liked that part of it. So I'm going to do this. I think I've probably showed you guys this already, but if I didn't, and then I'll just show you. So that's like writing in on Wednesday, and so I try to like print off these little, like, something to put in. So that's my painting that I did in art class, and then I printed off a little piece of it, and just doing my journaling. That's Amy and James going into their, like, a picture of their new house. And then there's yesterday with naked gardening, and today that I'm working on. So as you guys know, I do a daily affirmation every day. I put it on here, but that's what I write out 5 times. I write that whatever daily affirmation I come up with, I write it out 5 times. So today's daily affirmation says, the sun rejuvenates me, the moon enlightens me, the earth grounds me. And that was because of sitting out in the sun and just feeling so rejuvenated and good. But this, because I was going to tell you guys about scrapbooking and stuff, I thought I would show you my journal that I write in daily. So we've done that. So now these are the pages. This is something, I just printed that off from the internet and then put it on black cardstock and then put it in here. I'll take these out of the plastic sheets. I do that with scrapbooking stuff so it doesn't get wrecked. I'm just going to do A4 size. Like, that's what they call normal size paper here in UK, although it's a different size from our 8.5 by 11 that we use in Canada. Theirs is longer, like it's taller and then narrower. Ours is a bit shorter and wider. So this is the Oath of a Green Witch that was from my Green Witch book. And then some stickers that I got. That's what I was like excited, and I ordered some things to make it. So these are like ones that I did for green witch stuff. And I did, like, this sticker is for earth. This one is for water. This one is for fire. And this owl is for air. So I was using the 4 elements. Do you guys want me to read it to you? All right, might as well. Glasses. So the Oath of Green Witch. And again, this is taken, the source is the Green Witch book from author Erin Murphy Hiscock. And obviously you can do your own stuff, but I thought I would use the oath and the prayer that was in the book while I'm just starting out and then scrapbooking. And it's about time that I do some scrapbooking, and I loved it. My glasses are filthy. So let me see. It says, Oath of a Green Witch. And I wrote, taken this day, the 19th of April, 2024, Friday, because that's the first time I was listening to the book and said the oath to myself. So, and been wanting to make this page since then. Lord and Lady, spirits of nature, elements around me, bless me as I walk the path of the Green Witch. May my every action be for the good of all, for humanity and nature alike. Bring me wisdom and peace, serenity and balance as I walk this path. Grant me the confidence to do the work you require of me, and strength to bear the burdens life asks of me. I swear to guard the soul of nature, to work with nature, to honor nature, and all who compose nature's multitude. These things I promise, and this I ask of you on this day, in this place, as a Green Witch, I so swear. And then I wrote my name. Yeah, so that's the first page, and then the matching page that I did to go with it, I'm just taking it out of the plastic slip cover. So they go next to each other like that. I know it's backwards for you guys, so let me take a picture of myself without, I mean, I'm not taking a picture, I'm doing a still so I can take a picture. So the paper that I used in the background here, and this big fern, and this here is from the witch caskets that I got. I showed you guys those before. All these stickers I got from a company called Soto Studios, where they send a bunch of scrapbooking stuff. You just choose which types of things you want, and you get a box full of the things that you ordered. So it's all for different themes and everything else. The green paper is just old paper that I had. I used a stamp here. That stamp is from Notebook Therapy, and yep, that's my sources. I even actually made a thing on the back here saying what I used and what sources. Some scrapbookers do that so they can tell people if they're like, oh, I really like that thing you used there, where can you get it from? So this one is the Prayer of a Green Witch, and it says, Lord and Lady. Oh, sorry, I forgot to close the front door while I was in, when I came in here, and Lena's barking now at people going out the front door. Okay, Lena, good girl. Good girl. Lena. Lena. Hey. Good girl. Stop. She's a grouchy old lady. She's not really grouchy, but she's just an old lady. Okay, Prayer of a Green Witch. Prayed this day, again, 19th of April, 2024, Friday, because that's when I first heard it and then repeated it. Lord and Lady, spirits of nature, elements around me, bless me as I move through the world today. May I bring joy and tranquility to every life I touch. May my actions bring only harmony to the world. May I heal pain and soothe anger. May I create joy and balance as I walk my path. Support me and guide me, spirits of nature, this day and all days ahead of me. This I ask of you as a Green Witch, and thank you for your many blessings. And again, that's from The Green Witch by Erin Murphy Hiscock. But that's what, like, these prayers, again, I could write my own, and I will in the future, but I wanted to use these things for my scrapbooking pages. As you can see, it's just, like, it's the same as any, like, if you were a religion, you would say prayers like this. And if you, I'll put them in slipcovers after. If you were of a certain religion, you would say prayers like this. So as you can see, it's not anything, especially as a Green Witch, that just means you're in that you connect with nature and plants and earth and all that stuff. Samantha says hello. Hi, Samantha. I forgot to tell you guys that too. On Sunday, which is today, I got to see my friend Samantha because she dropped off Tyla, who's having a sleepover. And yeah, me and Samantha got some friend time. That was nice. And now she's watching, so that's very sweet. So also, because I ordered too much stuff and waste my spends on things, I got this, the Witch coloring book, which I've had in my inbox or like on my list for years. And I won't color in it. I will copy the photos out of it and then color them in separate. But it says, color your way through spells and potions. And yeah, so I can just copy things out and color because I want to. So I'll take a... I look like I have no hair. Let me do it this way so that my... So that's exciting. However, I only finished... Oh, Samantha says, oh, I want copies. Shh, it's illegal. I can't... Like, that would be copyright. But, of course, I'll give you copies. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So, my calendar that I can color for each month. I just finished... Well, it took me 3 evenings while I watched TV with Steve to do my April coloring. And then now I have to do my May coloring because it's May. So I finally did my April one in May, but still, it's just artsy stuff. So even going to my art classes and stuff, I'm getting in a little bit of crafting, a little bit of gardening, a little bit of this and that. And I need to do some housework this week as well. So as far as this week is concerned, I'm a thirsty girl. As far as this week coming up, sorry, I was looking at the window over there in the dining room. It looks like something was like thrown at our window outside, or I don't know. It's very, or maybe it was very dirty rain. I don't know. So this week coming up, oh my gosh, so it is like May 6th. So May is already, like I said, the days just seem to go by so quickly. So Tuesday is mine and Steve's 10-year dating anniversary. A decade of us being together. I apologize to family and friends for having to deal with me and Steve's shenanigans together for 10 years and our gushy-ushy love. If you are, if you happen to witness our our vomiting worthy love story, that because we still love each other that much. And Samantha says, I throw a tomato at you, but it hit the window. Oh, ha! And then she said, aw, congratulations. Thanks. So, and then I have an art class this week. So let me think. So so tomorrow is the bank holiday, and that's the 7th, 8th. Wednesday is the 9th, 10th, and 11th. I can't think of anything else I have to do this week besides, like I said, on Tuesday I need to do or as soon as I can, I need to do my poo samples this week. And then I just got to work more on the scheduling for Canada and the girls' school stuff. Like I need to make sure college, university stuff is all set and ready to go because that's part of having all that ready to go before we go to Canada. Nope, today is the 5th. So 6, 7, so Wednesday is the 8th. And then 9, 10th. Still, I don't think I have anything specific this week besides the 8th being our anniversary. Wait, so that means if today's the 5th, 6, 7, 8, that means Wednesday is mine and Steve's anniversary. Okay, so what was I thinking about? Things to do this week. Canada. Oh, I need to water some plants outside too in the pots. That's what I was thinking about. Samantha says, I've already packed for our holiday. For sneaking her in my suitcase to Canada. Well, she's way ahead of me. We haven't even booked the flights, let alone packed. I'll pack lightly for going there because, I won't pack lightly. I'll pack lightly for my stuff, but I'll fill the suitcase with lots of goodness for my family when I get there to give it to them. Then it'll be empty for me to bring all my Tupperware back and anything else that I buy when I'm there to bring back. And then where's all my clothes going to be? I'll just borrow my mom's clothes. I'm sure she loves, having her kids go through her closet and borrow her clothes. I know how I feel when the girls do that to me. I don't even know if I own any hoodies anymore, to be honest, besides my new, like, plant ones, because the girls tend to just take over everything. I'm sure I could find them if I needed to, though. It's both annoying and flattering when your kids are old enough or big enough to wear your clothes. It's sweet that they want to wear something that is, you know, your style, but it's also like, you know, get your own clothes. So, Samantha says, I also borrow your clothes, LOL. Yes, that's okay, though. You're allowed. Your friends are supposed to borrow friends' clothes. So we're only halfway through the rambling hour. The weather, like I said, the weather has improved, and I hope it just continues to be that way, because I do want to spend time outside. Amy and James's new house, their garden is beautiful, big, and most of it is shrubs, so it's what's called a low maintenance garden, but no garden is maintenance free. So James is willing to learn, like he wants to learn these things, and probably Amy too. I know they both work a lot, and you know, I have a baby, so they don't have a lot of time. So definitely, especially in the beginning, whatever they need from me for gardening while they're learning the ropes, I will help them with too. So I said to Steve, it's a good thing that I haven't filled my own gardening schedule with a lot, because I didn't want to. I knew that we were going to be gone for a bit of the summer, so I'm trying to get mine to a lower maintenance, which then in these months before we go to Canada, I have the time and everything to help them with theirs if they need it. But I'm also very excited about their new home. I'm happy for them. Very exciting, and I love the style of the house. There's character to that house and things that I'm just like, ooh, I love this, and it's not my house, so it doesn't matter if I love it or not, but it's also cool to go into someone's place and just be excited about the things because it is your style, instead of having to go into someone's house and being like, oh, that's interesting. Dinner, I'm still trying to clean out the chest freezer with all the frozen ready. So when I have leftovers, I tell you guys this all the time, leftovers for a dinner, not that day, but I'll have them for 2, maybe 3 days. But if there's anything left the third day, like, I don't want to throw it out. So if I don't give it to the dog or whatever, I will package it up in containers, freeze it. That means that if I thaw it and like warm it up, it has to be eaten then. It doesn't have any more days to sit in the fridge. So trying to get through those frozen ready meals that I've prepared in the freezer. So Steve had rice, chili, and papadums. Papadums usually go with curries and Indian food, but we've decided to eat them instead of nacho chips, like tortilla chips, with the chili, because they're healthier and gives you that crunch and everything. They're made from chickpeas. We've talked about all of this before. So that's what Steve's had for dinner. I haven't had anything yet. Oh, that reminds me, I did put a piece of toast in the toaster that I was going to eat before my live, but I forgot. So yeah, just trying to get stuff out of the freezer. So nothing really spectacular for dinners this past week. Nothing to tell you about in the food department, just that I'm trying to get empty the freezer more. So what was I about to say there? I was about to say something that I've already told you guys again before, and I still need to get it done, is that I have lamb hearts in the freezer that I want to cook. Also, with being low on iron, I will buy some liver. I do like liver, but I like it with bacon, gravy, and onions. And Steve likes liver as well, so I'll have more liver, and then I can eat more spinach and increase my iron. So don't know what to tell you guys. Life is good for me. Even though, like I said, I'm feeling a bit rough these last couple days. Again, it's not the sickness that I've had for months, so happy about that. It's just something with my, like I said, a headache in my stomach, so it's all right. But life is good. Can't complain about anything, just doing the normal day-to-day stuff. Excited for friends and family in Canada, because I know this isn't an every year thing, so I am just excited to, like I said, see everyone, make memories, and try and enjoy the Canada time as much as we can. fitting in as much as we can without making it, because sometimes if you go from one thing to another to another to another, you're so tired and exhausted that you can't enjoy any of those things, and that's not good either. So that's why I need to make some sort of a plan for Canada. No, besides my lives like this, I have not told anybody else that we're going to Canada. But it, like I said, it also shows who watches these even once in a while and who doesn't, if they don't know that we're going. Samantha says, what are your big plans in Canada? Well, we are going camping with my family, like my siblings and my mom. And so all the nieces and nephews and cousins will be together like that. And so that's part of it. I was thinking, and we haven't like totally put this into our schedule yet, but because for me, it's just seeing friends and family and being back home where I grew up. But for Steve, it's a trip to somewhere in the world. Oh, she said, oh, right. Samantha wrote, what are our big plans in Canada, not yours, because I forgot she'll be there too. In spirit, but she thinks she's coming with me. Don't tell her that I don't think that it's going to work out that way. So because for Samantha and Steve, it's seeing a different country, and you want to do things like that, there is this place in Alberta, the province that I'm from. I did that backwards so it would be the right way for you guys, but it really, on the map, it goes straight at the top, straight down the sides. This one's a bit shorter, and then the Rocky Mountains, and then at the bottom it's straight. And underneath is like Montana and other states. But anyways, in Alberta, in the middle there is the city Edmonton that I was born and raised in. And camping, we're going to go to the east. So on my map, it would be that way. But because we're backwards, it would be that way for you guys. And that is where we're going camping. And then, but the north, going south, which is the same backwards or forwards. There's a place called Drumheller, and it's where the dinosaurs roamed. I mean, dinosaurs roamed everywhere, but Drumheller is known for its dinosaurs and stuff, and it's called the Badlands, and it's more like deserty, and it has these really cool rock formations and everything else, and I've never been there, even in my lifetime growing up in Canada and growing up in Alberta, so I would love to go there. Obviously, the girls have spent like half their life here, so they've not been there. And then, yeah, so it's something that I've never even seen. So I will enjoy it as much as everybody else will if we go to do that. So those are the two things, camping and then Drumheller if we make it there. And other than that, there's not anything big. Oh, the water park, you know, the big World Water Park in Edmonton. So I know I can't, it's taking them so long to build the one that they're building in Manchester here, but it's got a wave pool and all the water slides and everything else. So we obviously want to do that again because that's something that we like, that we've done both like twice with Steve being in Canada. We've done that, and it's just something that I like doing once in a while, even if I live there. Not all the time because it is expensive, but enough that, you know, you get to enjoy it. So then it's just like a matter of fitting in friends and family and visiting with people, because that's really what I'm going there for. The other thing is, and I had a dream about this, it was so annoying because I'm so scared. Okay, so for me, eating food from Canada that I miss, and yes, a lot of it is just fast food like A&W or Wendy's or Taco Time, like all these restaurants and things that I can't get here. And I have a great imagination. I can dream about being in Canada. I can think about all these things. I can talk to friends and family on the computers, everything else. But the one thing that I cannot get here is the flavors of food in my mouth from Canada. So there's all these places that I want to eat and things that I want to eat when I go to Canada. I need to start making a list too, so I don't forget anything. And, but my fear is that my mom always makes good meals, and yes, I miss some of my mom, I miss lots of my mom's cooking as well, so I'm going to enjoy that. And Steve isn't bothered about eating out as much and having all these tastes that I miss so much. So it's going to be hard to know when to fit it in, and I even have, like I said, a dream or a nightmare about this, where if my mom's making lunch and she's making supper, then but I want to eat out. I got to try and sneak in a meal between those without insulting my mom, but also not getting in trouble from Steve. And how am I going to do that when I'm with everybody? But I really need to eat a couple nights ago, I was like craving ketchup chips, and they don't do ketchup chips here. I'm sure if I went to like an American store or whatever, like I'm sure there is a place that I could find these things like ketchup chips, but they'd be really expensive. So yeah, so I need to make my list of snacks and treats and things that I want to eat in Canada, and snacks and treats that I can bring back with me. And also then all the restaurants and stuff that I want to eat while we're in Canada. So for me personally, that's a big thing that I want to do while I'm there, especially like taco time and stuff like that I really miss. But what was I? Oh, so also I got to think about what to bring from here to Canada. I have a friend who likes the gravy. She's from here and she misses the gravy granules. So really, we get like a container, and it's just little pieces of like gravy granules, and you just put it into your measuring cup or whatever, and then you add hot water and stir it, and then with a whisk, and your gravy's made very easy. And she misses those, so that's something I can bring to Canada. Papadums that we make in the microwave, that's easy, and I think I'll bring some of those to Canada with me. I've sent quite a few times. They have, like in Canada, we cook turkeys and stuff in big roasting pans. Roasting pans that have a matching lid, or else they have these huge turkey roasters now, which are like electric, like big pans, again with a lid, and you just plug it in and it's made for making a big turkey or whatever. I have one here, but it's wired for Canada, so I have not been able to use it. I'm going to try and get electricians to rewire it to use in the plugs here, but that hasn't been done yet. So anyways, but what they do use here, which I think are brilliant, whether you're using the roasting pan or not, is these bags that they cook the turkeys in. I don't know if you can get them in Canada, but I've never seen them before here. Excuse me. It's like, obviously some type of plastic that you can put in the oven and it doesn't melt. It's like what's that? You know that stuff that they put around flowers and fruit baskets and stuff? There's a name for it. Not cellophane. Oh, it might be cellophane, but I don't know if it is cellophane, but some type of plastic, like crunchy plastic that obviously doesn't melt in the oven. And you put your turkey or your bird in it, and then you close it and you put this tie on it that keeps it like nice and tight and air, like not airtight, like whereas if you sucked all the air out of it, but that it keeps all the heat and moisture in it and everything else, and it makes the most juiciest chickens and turkeys and stuff because all the moisture just really stays inside there, so it's like basting itself with humidity. It's so yummy. So and they come in like flat pack like packages, so I've sent those back to Canada to my siblings. Actually, I just thought about Auntie Diane, who is a regular watcher of this, and she would probably appreciate some of those too. So, oh, Mom says you can get them there. So, Mom, I have sent you some. Have you tried using them? And if you guys can get them there, then there's no point in me sending them or bringing them, but I love them, absolutely love them. Like I said, even if you cook your turkey in a roasting pan, actually it'd probably work for roasts as well, now that I think about it. I've been craving meatloaf as well. I should make a meatloaf this week. So, Samantha was asking about plans in Canada. Yeah, that's all I can think of now. I can't think of anything else specific, but yeah, seeing my nieces and nephews would be great too. Adults, like my siblings and friends and stuff, like I said, I can talk to them online, and we don't change as much except getting older looking, but the kids grow so quickly, and kids don't, even the older kids don't keep in, how teenagers are, they don't keep in contact. They don't even talk to their parents a lot, let alone their aunties and uncles. So it'll be nice to see them and force them to visit with us and see how they're doing. But yeah, so I hope that answers your question. What we will be doing in Canada, Samantha, I wish that you could just pack up and come with me, even for a few weeks of my Canada trip. So maybe one day we will be lucky enough for Samantha to come with to Canada. It would be awesome. awesome. But you have, I'm sorry to tell you, the responsibility of 3 children. And it would be very hard for your children and you to be pulled away from each other even for a few weeks. So as much as I would love you to come to Canada, I don't know that it would work out. But you're definitely welcome and you're definitely part of the family. So yeah, if it was something that could happen, it would be awesome if it did. Yeah, I don't know. Give me some suggestions if you think there's things that we need to do while we're in Canada. One of the things is going to see the movie that comes out while we're there with, like the new Deadpool movie, and it has the Wolverine in it. So Steve wants to see that when it comes out, and I said, well, it's not like there's not theaters there, so we could just go to a movie while we're there. What else? Aw, Samantha says, I don't think you are being very fair there. I'm trying to be realistic, Samantha. I wish I could just pay for childcare for your kids and pay for your flights and bring you with me. It would be lovely. Even the idea of it makes me happy, but all I can do is take what I can get. Sorry, kids coming in the door again. You probably heard the front door slam. I'm guilty of it too. We just like push it as hard as, yeah, and now Lena's barking back. Okay, Lena, look at me. Hey, hey, good girl, quiet. Aurora's coming in to show Lena that it's just her.
Just me.
Just her.
Okay.
So, Samantha says, I love you. I'm going, sadly, not to Canada, but night. Aw, good night, Samantha. Thanks for watching a little bit of it anyways. And, yes, I wish you were coming to Canada, but have a good night and sleep well. As I tell the kids all the time, I tell them that too, to sleep well when they say good night. And then sometimes they say no, and I say, do it, it's an order. So, we have 15 minutes approximately to ramble on. What do you guys want to talk about? So, May is, like, I decorate for Easter and spring for March, April, May. It's May 5th today. So, I could, like, I could, like, take down the spring and Easter decorations anytime. But yeah, like decorate for summer, which I don't have a lot of stuff to put out for summer, but that would be for like June, July, August. But I can always do it early, just so it's out of the way, especially if I have time in these next weeks to do that. Because especially as the weather increases outside, the warmer it is outside, the more my plants will need to be watered and maintained. So we'll be getting into the busy gardening season. I won't be able to focus on the house as much, which is fine. But yeah, so maybe that's something I can do over the next few weeks, especially if I take my time at it. Just something to think about for my brain. Also, I need to do some stuff up in the loft, and I don't want to be up there when it's hot outside, because that means it's super duper hot in the loft of the house. So yeah, the things that I need to organize and clean up there, I should get that done on some of the more mild days. Especially, I don't know if we're going to have a hot summer or not, but we'll see. Steve's home today because it's, like I said, a long weekend here, and they don't go out and play cards on the bank holiday weekends. So Stevie is home. What am I going to do when I'm done my live? I have, like I said, I have been doing some things, scrapbooking, and yesterday I mowed the lawn and such, but the house is not that bad, but it's in need of the basics, like vacuuming, and the kitchen needs my attention, so that is something that I will probably work on tomorrow. And and I asked Steve to help me fix the raised bed that has a thing that, I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but we had a really, really windy day, and lots of the windy days over the winter have taken the top off of my polytunnel, like, you know, the canvas part, and so I finally, like, zip tied the canvas onto the frame, and I left the, like, bottom open so wind could get in between. There's no windows in the ceiling, so the wind can't get out the ceiling. That is what they should do, is have some, like, where you can close them so rain doesn't get in, but you can open them for the wind to go up so that it doesn't act like a parachute or a balloon. Anyways, one day a few weeks ago I went outside. It had been very windy, and not only like, it wasn't like the canvas was just off of the polytunnel, the whole frame and polytunnel were gone. You know when you see like on those videos with not just tornadoes and stuff, but really strong winds, that you see like people's trampolines flying away, and you see all these things that you could. So the polytunnel worked like a parachute, but with the air underneath. It took it somewhere. I looked over onto the train tracks, can't see it anywhere, and it had probably been a couple days before I went out and noticed that it was gone, that it had happened, and there was no mention of it on the community groups or anything else. So no idea where. Steve said if it actually landed on the train tracks, they would have been out and taken it apart and disposed of it like right away, because it couldn't be in the way for the trains. But we don't know where it went, haven't heard anything about it, and doubt that we're going to replace the polytunnel, because to be honest, as much as I loved it and loved the idea of it, it has just been, with the wind taking it off so many times and everything else, it's just been more of a hassle than a good thing this winter. So I do not have a polytunnel anymore. But when it did that, because I like buried these like long wooden, everything only lasts a little bit of time in the garden, so even logs and sticks and things like that will decompose. But when we cut these huge branches off of the big tree, I use these huge branches and I put one in each corner of the big raised bed, so that I could grow climbing things up it, whether it's like beans and peas, or if it's clematis or whatever, just climbing up those. And the big branch that was in the one corner, obviously when the polytunnel flew, it hit that and it bent it forward and it pulled the corner of the raised bed apart, even though the screws are like this long that hold it together. It was that much force that it pulled it apart. So I need Steve to help me put it back together and put screws in to brace that corner of the raised bed again. So I asked him that maybe we'll do that tomorrow. And then he said something else that he might do tomorrow in the garden. Oh, gate. We need to put on another side gate here. We have the gate. We just need to put it on so that I'm not always using the big gates that open. I'll just use the little side gate that's been blocked off with wood all this time so the dogs don't get out. But it's actually, like I've said before, there's like a sidewalk path that goes all around our house. It's like it was poured with the foundation. So you can, it's like right against, I don't have any flower beds against my house. I have that walkway that's like right against the house. And on this side, that's where you would put a gate to go in and out of the garden. Like this side, I say like what the nursery where the shed is and stuff, that side. So he might do that tomorrow too. So time in the garden tomorrow if the weather's nice. That's our plans. And after I'm done here tonight, eating, spending time with Steve. Would love to scrapbook some more, but because Steve, so during the week, I try to finish what I'm doing and be upstairs in bed by 9 p.m. So that me and Steve have time to watch TV and have time together so that I can be sleeping by midnight. Because if I go up and I don't get up there till like 11, then he wants to spend time with me and we watch TV and I might not get into sleep until 2 in the morning. And that drives me crazy, because if it was up to me, unless I'm working on a project, I would be in bed and sleeping by 10 or 11. But the compromise is if I get up there in time for us to spend time together, then I can be going to sleep around midnight. And then if I had 8 hours of sleep, that would be getting up at 8, which is a reasonable time. Although during the week I get up at 6 to see if the girls need anything, to tell them to have a good day, and yeah, and make sure they're up. Although they are pretty good about getting themselves up. So what am I saying? What I'm saying is on Sundays when I do my lives, it's from 8 till 9 p.m. here. So technically when I'm done this, it's 9 p.m., which is the time that I would go upstairs to spend time with Steve when he's home. And because he's home today, instead of being out with his mates, I should probably go up and watch TV with him if I want to be to sleep at a reasonable hour. However, he is very understanding on Sundays, because he knows that it's usually my time to clean up after I've done my live, if I've had like a bunch of stuff out or redone things like that, or to just have my time to me. So, but then I feel guilty because I know I do love spending time with him and watching TV with him too. So, but like I said, if I did spend time in the office scrapbooking and stuff, he wouldn't be that mad because, you know, Sundays I do my own thing. So I'll see what I'm going to do. But that is the plans. Like I said, tomorrow, hopefully the weather's nice and I'll be in the garden. And then Tuesday, because I'll be back at work, I'll be focusing on the other things, whether it's the garden and everything else. I got to do the paperwork. Oh, cleaning out my emails is like a huge thing. Like I said, I hadn't done it since 2021 and I still have more to go. I need to go through, because of all the visa stuff and with the lawyers and everything else, there's been so many emails over the years that have attachments attached to them. And my space in my email, it's telling me it's at like 90, it was at 93% full, mostly because of attachments, and now I've gotten it down to 90%, but I need to go through all the old emails for the previous visas. I'll leave anything to do with this visa right now, but with the previous visas, I'm just going to go through my visa folders and make sure that I have the emails from the solicitor printed off or whatever, that everything's in order, and then I'm going to delete a bunch of those emails because I don't need them anymore. And if for some reason I did, I have a copy of them, like a hard copy printed off. But especially if not the actual emails, I got to delete all the attachments that are attached to them, because those are things like our birth certificates or our whatever paperwork that they asked for, like our bank statements that they needed, all those things that I've attached and emailed to them. I have copies of them and I don't need them in my email, so I need to do that to free up space in my emails. But also, like I said, I need to work on the the stuff for school and everything. So, yes, so there is days in the office too if the weather's not good to do. And then I would love to scrapbook and stuff. But also, some of the office stuff that I need to do, I could take outside if it's not too windy, or if I'm doing it on my laptop, and do it out in the garden and enjoy garden weather and looking at the beautiful garden, as well as getting things done that need to be done. As far as scrapbooking, I don't think I'm going to be doing that outside because it would be too much stuff to bring out, and with wind it would just throw things everywhere. But some of the stuff I could do if I was like drawing sketches that I wanted to add to the scrapbook or certain things. But we'll see what the week holds. I don't know. And I don't know what next Sunday holds for our Rambling Hour either. But let me put it out into the universe to try and get a guest for next weekend to make it more interesting. So maybe next Sunday we will have a guest for my live, or maybe I'll do it from the garden. It's dark now, but when I started this, it was lighter out. So maybe it's from the garden or the greenhouse. Otherwise, I'll have a guest next Sunday. That's the plan. All right. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good Sunday and have a great week. And we will see you same time, same place for you guys here next week, next Sunday. Love you guys. And yeah, just have a great week. Bye. I'll wait because Mommy always tells me bye and I love you. You gonna write it, Mom? She might write it after I click finish anyways. But yes, I love all of you guys. I love you too, Mom. And again, I hope you have a good night. Bye.